Okay.
Being comfortable.
How about that? See, now we're on the same height.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You should be intimidated.
No double chin.
No double chin.
Is that the only check? Yeah.
It's alright, it's just love. It's all love. It's the party, like, oh, right.
There's one loose strike.
I can feel that, you know.
I'm trying not to touch your face. I don't want to smudge me.
Makeup, that's true. Thanks for being considerate. So it's alright, am I camera ready?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm Cece from Unboxed UK in association with Pep Talk UK, and we're about to unbox the one and only Umar Sadiq, otherwise known as Top Boxer. Thanks for meeting with me.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to ask you, why Top Boxer? What does that mean?
It's very simple. There isn't a big story behind it or anything else. It's just I'm a boxer. My only focus is on being at the very top. And every day I call myself the top boxer. It reminds me of what I'm trying to achieve in boxing. That's it.
Okay, so you turned professional when?
Midsummer. My license came through, I think, June this year, 2017. In case you're watching this later on.
Yeah.
So officially that's when I turned pro, but the decision to become a professional fighter started June 2016.
So a year ago, a year in the making.
A year in the making. So I crashed out the Olympic qualifiers. I still think, in my head I'm an Olympian, by the way, because I don't think I should have lost in the qualifiers. But yeah, so I crashed out the qualifiers and I decided to turn professional after. But I didn't want to rush into things and regret whatever decision I made. So as a result, it's taken me so long.
Let's talk about the World Athletics, because you was representing Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because you were born in Nigeria, but you're London raised.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the World Athletics. Who did you actually fight out there?
So in the World Olympic qualifiers, I boxed a guy from Kenya, stopped him in the second round. And then my second fight was against competition #1 seed. He was also a Russian, so it was a bit of a double whammy. And basically I lost the fight before walking into the ring because I had GB coaches in my corner after the fight. So these are coaches who are well experienced, always in competitions.
Yeah.
And the only thing they had to say in between every round was, "You're boxing really well, Umar. Well done. Great boxing." And I'll just stick it on him a little bit more. But fantastic work. Literally word for word the comments I was hearing in between both in the corner in between the rounds. And then at the end of it, I lost. I can't believe it. Fell on my knees because I remember during the fight thinking, this is piss easy. If this is how easy it is to beat the #1 seed, I'm probably going to be an Olympic gold medalist.
So what went wrong?
Just AIBA, and which is an international amateur boxing association, and just there's a lot of corruption in it. So being a Russian and being a competition #1 seed and me having Nigeria on my back, I essentially lost the fight before walking in because there were things like in the first round he didn't lay a glove on me, but he won every single round in the fight.
You haven't even had your pro debut yet. You have been signed by one of the biggest boxing promoters out there, which is Warren Promotions.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm happy.
I am ecstatic for you.
Do you know, I want to say excited, but
you've got to bring it to the table.
Exactly. Yeah, I tend to not be extremely emotionally charged either way, so I don't necessarily get overly excited, or I don't necessarily get overly down. But yeah, it's a very good thing. I'm very pleased with the opportunity that I have, the platform that I'm on. And everything else around is in place. All that's left is for me to go out and show what I'm about. And Frank Warren says it himself. And not every good amateur or great amateur makes a good pro. So they have that question mark. They want to find out how I perform as a pro. But also for me, I'm really excited because I've had a year to serve an apprenticeship in working on adapting myself to that of a professional. So the truth is, I know that I'm a better fighter now than I was last year, but I don't know how much better, and I'm quite keen to get out there and find out exactly how.
Have you had feedback from people within the year of you training?
Yeah, I have lots. My trainer's happy, my strength conditioning coach is happy, my physio's happy because he also gets involved in some body movements. People that I spar make comments like, "Bloody hell, you're strong, I'm fit." I go rounds and rounds with anybody you put me in a ring with. I'm never left wanting, I'm hitting harder. Whenever I spar with anyone who isn't at a high level, no, like, you know, just it is what it is. A lot of times I end up stopping them, but not because I'm trying.
Okay.
So and I guess that's because now I'm sitting in my shots more. I'm trying things, but you know, this is part of what I want to find out, because sparring and fighting are different.
Yeah, what happens in sparring stays in sparring.
Yeah, there's that, but also it's if my coach is teaching me something in sparring, I'm happy to take my time. And for me, so long as I do what I've set out to practice in sparring, I've won the sparring session in my mind. So you know, that's my main focus. I'm going to practice this. I'm going to practice this. And sometimes it just comes off so well, I end up dropping people, not because I'm trying, but just because I'm practicing what I've been working on. But in a fight, you might not get that time, because you know there's a lot more pressure, and you're thinking about winning the round and all that sort of stuff. So I'm quite keen to see how I put all of it together under the pressure. And
well, in a matter of weeks, you'll be finding out, won't you?
yeah, 4 weeks now.
So just to clarify, there's some really interesting things that I found out about you. You used to be an accountant.
Yeah.
So, are you a methodical fighter? I know it sounds like, because it's quite a juxtaposition, you know.
Yeah.
A man in a suit, suited and booted, going into the office, you're an accountant, and then throwing yourself into a ring. Do you apply that same kind of methodical way of thinking, counting the numbers in your head, the timing of your moves, of your jabs? You know, does that come into it in any way?
To some extent, but I think mostly because I'm quite a logical minded person anyway.
Yeah, on social media, there's like words of wisdom coming out from you every single day. What inspires you with all these words of wisdom?
I'm a person who I like to think I'm very spiritually connected and mindful. You know, I'm quite mindful, and I just like to start the day in a positive and share it out, because you never know who might be reading it and, you know, drawing something good from it. I do get some DMs from people saying, you know, thank you, I really needed that. So I just put a bit of positivity every morning. It's just things that cross my mind. Generally, I'm always positive. You know, things like the Olympic qualifiers, I mentioned what happened, but
Yeah.
you can tell I'm not bitter about it.
No, that's great.
The things to learn about it, the things that I've had to do to learn the industry of boxing as a result of what happened, I don't think I otherwise would have. The relationships that I've built that I think are meaningful relationships, the connections that I've made, and you know, I speak to some people who have done really well and have essentially had a smooth path. And when I mention certain things, or you know, certain people, they're like, who, what? And it just makes me feel like, you know, it's allowed me to go and learn the industry better. But yeah, generally they're just thoughts that I have. It's an insight into the way my mind works, basically.
Do you feel this is your second chance then?
Nah. Again, I think everything happens for a good reason, and I don't think it was a first chance, second chance thing. I think this is still my first chance. This is just the way the journey is supposed to go. Obviously, I make my plan. I know what I want, and I make a plan to the best of my knowledge and ability. But ultimately, the greater forces outside of me, they know better. So long as I get to where I'm going to, I'm happy to, you know, work with how the forces decide if things should be.
I think that's a really positive mindset. So another thing that not many people know about you, and I remember when you first told me, the reaction I had was, I can't believe this. It's the fact that you're vegan.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
So, and your response was, I don't understand why everyone's so shocked about me being vegan.
Yeah.
Of course, people associate athletes with being, you know, having a very strong diet where,
Yeah.
you know, lots of protein, lots of meat. So the question I want to ask is it out of choice or is it health? You know, what's the reason?
It is out of choice, and health is one of the reasons. But also just ethically, I've always looked at the farming, you know, like looked at farming and looked at the meat industry and, you know, poultry and what have you. I disagree with the way animals are treated. I think it's okay to, you know, herd cows and raise chickens or whatever and kill them to eat, because basically I live my life by learning from nature. Every time I'm in doubt, I look to nature, and in nature, animals eat meat. People would argue that we don't have the right teeth for it, but in reality, why can't I just grab a fish out of the water and eat it, and I wouldn't get sick for it? So, you know, I look to nature, and in nature, animals eat other animals, so that's okay. But the way that we do it today, I don't agree with. It's never sat well with me. I believe in a thing called oneness, which is that we are all one, and everything in this world is one. The entire Earth is one organism, and so is the universe is one organism. So if you're harming any creatures, you're essentially harming yourself. Without trying to get too deep, but
that's fine.
yeah,
Well, so you've just said that you're spiritual. It's a nice insight to it. I suppose nature takes care of you, so you're taking care of nature.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, from that perspective, it's never sat well with me. But I've eaten meat. Well, I did eat meat from when I was born. You know, for like ages. You know, 25 plus years. And I just couldn't imagine not eating meat. So I was trying to find alternatives. But in the meantime, I was still eating it reluctantly. I was staying away from red meat. And then I just started learning more and more about the health benefits of not eating meat. And I think the tipping point was when one of my friends who is he does calisthenics. So for those who are not sure, that's like pull-ups and all the fantastic stuff on bars. And
I'm useless at that.
I'm not the greatest either. But his girlfriend does it as well, and they both went vegan for 6 months. And they were saying to me how in those 6 months they got well shredded. They dropped a lot of weight, but healthy weight, and you know the recovery from training sessions was so much better. And they just said so many things that just made me think, why would I not do this? So this was in November last year, but I wanted to enjoy Christmas with turkey. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I made a promise to myself to start in January. So 1st of January, I started a vegan diet. It's not been smooth sailing because I made lots of mistakes. So I'd have a meeting with someone, for example, and then I'd have a mocha and, you know, a bit of pasta or whatever. And then later on, my girlfriend would be like, oh, what did you have, by the way, in the meeting? And I'd tell her, and she's like, babe, mocha's got milk.
Yeah.
So I just kept making mistakes like that. And then February...
Thank you, girlfriend.
Yeah, thank you. She does look after me.
Does she cook a lot of your meals for you?
She does a lot, yeah. Not always, but she does a lot.
Is it challenging for her and for you and for your mum and your sister?
It's challenging for everyone around me.
All the ladies in your life?
Basically, yeah, because they're just like, we don't know what to cook for you. But I think my girlfriend's got her head around it better. She prepared my meal for the last 2 weeks. I've run out now. So,
she sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm waiting. But I don't put pressure on. So I just say, look, cook whatever you cook and I'll eat what I can. Whatever I can't, I'll work around it. And I think it's just better for everyone rather than putting the pressure on them. But to answer your question in short, being vegan is one for moral reasons and secondly from a performance perspective, and I feel like it's working.
I'm going to start calling you Umar Softy Sadiq, I think.
Yeah,
that's not a
outside
bad
the
thing.
ring maybe, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your opposition fight night, your pro debut.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, I have an idea technically because I know that it's going to be someone I'm supposed to beat. Like I mentioned earlier, Frank Warren Promotions, they'll like to see what I'm like as a professional. So it's very unlikely they're going to throw me straight into the deep end. They're going to put me in with someone that I'm expected to beat again. And literally that's all I know at this moment, 4 weeks out. But even if I don't find out who I'm fighting until the day before, it doesn't bother me.
It won't affect you.
No, it wouldn't, because I boxed at world level as an amateur, with 3 rounds having to go in there and work things out with whoever's in front of me. Unless they're going to chuck in someone at European level or higher, I don't believe I've got anything to worry about in 4 rounds.
I mean, you're super middleweight.
Yeah.
Is there anyone out there that you've got your eyes on?
Not specifically, because I try not to get caught up in that. And there's an affirmation actually I repeat to myself often in training, and it's, there is no opponent. It sounds a bit weird, it's a bit hard to grasp, but in my mind there is no opponent. I'm the best, I'm working as hard as I can be to maintain being the best and to prove it, and whoever's in front of me in the way of what I'm trying to get, I'll fight them, I'll defeat them, but there is no opponent.
You're absolutely determined to win.
Yeah.
That's a really good fighting spirit. Tell me a little bit about your shorts on the night. Do you know what colours they are? I mean, what's the design behind them?
So I'm actually waiting for the final design with 4 weeks out. But they should make it in time with the promise.
But they have no choice. You can't turn up naked. That would
there
be
you go. Exactly.
weird.
It'll be weird, and I'll be.
We're great for the ladies, but weird for everyone else.
Can you imagine? So in regards to the shorts, what's worked out well is like you mentioned earlier, I'm Nigerian by birth, and the Nigerian flag is green, white, green. I box for Repton, famous Repton Boxing Club.
It's all about roots.
It's all about roots, and you know, the Repton wear green and gold. So I'm working around integrating those two things together because, like you said, those are my roots, and you know, I'd like to show my amateur boxing club especially I'd like to dedicate something to them and show them that I've not forgotten you. I appreciate what you've done for me, but also tap into my roots, because you don't get a lot of high-profile Nigerian fighters. So
only one of the biggest ones out there.
Only one of the biggest, but
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but whilst he's doing good, he's British, right? So,
there you go. Absolutely.
So my shorts or my kit would be things along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've dedicated your shorts to your roots. Who are your stablemates?
My stablemates at the moment, the two professionals within the stable are Lawrence Okoli and myself. There is another guy called Hassan Yakobzi. He's in and out of the country. He's in Afghanistan. He's Afghan by heritage. He's out there quite a lot, and I'm not too sure what his position is exactly, but he's a pro who's here. We've got a guy called Mo, and you know what? I never ask his surname, but I just know he's Mo Flashy. He's from Sheffield. He used to train with Kell Brook. He knows Prince Nazim on a personal level, and he's well embedded into that Sheffield.
Because you go up to Sheffield every now and again, don't you?
Lawrence mostly, yeah, as well. I was there last week with him, doing some sparring and some work. But this guy Mo's come down to join us, and he's one to watch out for. I really believe so. He's really good. He's strong. He's sharp. I don't need to say much about Lawrence because 4-0, 4-0, 4 rounds, something amazing. And so at the minute it's a good stable. We'll have more people coming to join. We'll have people who are here already who are on the verge of turning professional. So the stable would grow.
Obviously we're in the heart of East London, we're in Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
Do you think you can see yourself here for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, but I could see myself also having training camps abroad once I'm at a certain level, simply because I love the heat. I thrive in the heat. I actually train better in the heat, believe it or not. So when everyone else is fainting,
you're running, you're chugging it, yeah.
But that's that warm blood that you get from being born in Nigeria, I guess. But yeah, I think for now we'll be in East London. A lot more people are going to come and join the stable. But for me, so long as the people joining are of a high caliber where I can look at them and be inspired, look at them and learn, we can bounce ideas off of each other. For me, that's all great because I want to be around winners. And that's not digging at anyone, and I know I haven't even started fighting as a pro yet, but it's just my mindset. I just want to be in a great learning environment where we have good fun, great camaraderie, and we grow together as a team with good momentum.
Can I ask, would I make that team?
Of course.
Yes! Even though I'm 4'11".
Listen.
And you accuse me of being well, I'm not going to say it's not politically correct.
It's not politically correct, but the size don't matter, is what you do with it.
Oh my God. Well, listen, I just want to say thank you so much because I know you're obviously in the middle of training camp. You've taken time out to speak with me, and we couldn't be more privileged to be here. And we're really looking forward to seeing you on your pre-debut. If you want to give out a shout out to your social media handles so people can follow you, then please do.
I will. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
It's been taxing. I've had a hard days of training so far. I've got another session now. But it still has been a pleasure having you, and I wouldn't have done it if I didn't want you in here. So.
Oh, that's such a pleasure. I'm part of that winning team.
Part of that winning team. Winner's circle, baby.
Absolutely.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TopBoxer Sadiq. Sadiq is spelled SADIQ, but once you type in TopBoxer, I'd more than likely come on anyway.
Standard.
So, standard, that's it. At TopBoxer Sadiq, Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook, it's Umar TopBoxer Sadiq.
Awesome. High five. Boom. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming in.